Hero Club presents Los Ingobernables de Tokusatsu. This is Los Ingobernables de Tokusatsu, episode 16. I am your host, Wheelchair21, and joining me tonight is only Janitor Joker.
Projekt died, man. I thought we established his last episode.
Yeah, we're gonna need to go get like the Super Dragon Balls and resurrect him, or just go to Fortune Teller Baba to bring him back. 24 hours for whenever we record future episodes, because this is getting out of hand now. Like we gotta like schedule these.
So
things
we
in
don't bring back
advance.
Frieza.
No, we're not gonna bring back Frieza. We're just gonna bring back Projekt, who's just as cold as Frieza. I mean, Do you not see the shit he does? Do you not see it? It's true.
Yeah, it's true.
Number one villain. Damn right.
The number one contender.
Yeah, he really is. It's like what's his face, Abure Killer, man. Who's the strongest man in hell? Projekt. Open up gate to hell, you get Projekt. I wanted Frieza. Yeah, well, you got Projekt. That's literally what would happen. And so today, for this episode, it's going to be actually quite short. One was we didn't intend to do an episode this week due to, well, one, E3 came up, so that meant some of us would have schedules conflicting with people due to hosting with our friends, the Geek Fighters / the Game Riffers. There was also the fact that we kind of needed to take a break off because we're, advancing or upgrading Hero Club's website because it's our 1-year anniversary, so we thought to do it because why the hell not? We've been here for a whole year now, even though this podcast, only showed up about 15 episodes ago, which was roughly about, 4 months ago. We've only been going on for. But
I wasn't even here initially.
Yeah, I know. So, today we're going to be talking a bit about, what's happened over the first year of Hero Club. That's on our lit list, but that's going to be the end of our show. But the first things we're going to be talking about is the recent passing of Adam West, the Godzilla anime news, Kamen Rider Build, and like I said, Hero Club, 1 year later, because technically when this episode releases, it'll be when the official anniversary is. However, the site may not be fully finished and ready to be open to the public at that time. It hopefully should be open by, pretty much, I want to say either today when this episode is airing on YouTube, which is on a Saturday, or it should be yesterday, which is Friday, even though we're recording it on freaking a Tuesday morning. But you understand what I'm saying, is that it should hopefully be up this weekend. If not, it'll be within the following week. I can guarantee it. And we're pretty close.
Or it'll be lost for time.
Nah. It's not going to be like that other website I know of that actually was delayed a long-ass time. But, we got that whole, depressing news, like I mentioned earlier with the lit list, is the recent passing of Adam West, which honestly was a shocker. It happened Friday night. People didn't find about it till noon the following day if you're on the East Coast, literally at lunchtime. News breaks. I literally thought it was some kind of joke, and it was super serious. I was in the middle of actually recording Spin the Wheel, my weekly episode, which already aired this past Wednesday, hopefully, if it was rendered, edited, and uploaded correctly. It should be up on time for Wednesday. But as I said, the Wednesday show I literally recorded it right as it was happening, so I reported upon it on that show. We're reporting it here because why the fuck not? Especially due to the fact it was that one idea of Godzilla versus Batman. This is a mythos that we'll talk about again if we haven't already done it on Concepts and Creations. We'll do that one day. But yeah, he died 88 due to leukemia, and I didn't even know he had cancer. I thought he was fine as fuck. That's kind of a shocker.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting it. I was just I woke up and I just turned on the TV, and then I see because my TV shows news that I missed, and I just see at age 94 or something, Adam West dead. I'm like, what? What? Really? I didn't know he was even ill or anything. I thought he'd be going to 100, The way
I'm not gonna lie, I actually thought he was gonna go to he was almost 100, literally, the way he looked.
Maybe you're 20,000 years old, man. We don't know.
One thing that I'll say is funny is when the death happened, I made a joke because everyone loves him as, Mayor West in goddamn Family Guy, that I said maybe the Noid struck back, and then everyone was like telling me, nah, it was NBC because they won't show his episode of Powerless, and then they had a petition to try to get Powerless to, be aired, the final episode that he was a cameo of, like he had a guest role on. And so that might happen. Another thing that I was talking about was like me and Olga were talking about it, and then we started watching Family Guy episodes. And just weirdly enough, we watched the episode where Brian died. And in that episode, there's a gag where like Mayor West just appears out of nowhere and gets mad and says, "No one showed up for my funeral," and then he just magically disappeared. And we felt so awkward to see that scene. Like I was like, "Oh shit, oh god, that's just bad timing." But like the funny thing is like Mucha, how did like I'm pretty sure you've seen vintage, his Batman, but how did you
Oh yeah.
see it originally? Like how did you discover it?
Man, I forget if it was like on TV Land, some channel like that. Cause like my grandmother is a fan of old things, and she would usually turn on like TV Land or something, and at the Adam West Batman would appear. Like the first thing I saw was I think the movie, like the live action movie with like Penguin, Catwoman, the Riddler, and Joker.
Don't forget
Like,
the shark repellent.
oh yeah, the shark repellent. Can't talk about Batman without the shark repellent.
Yeah, like here's the
Yeah.
funny thing. I think I saw it when it was at one time syndicated on the old like FX back in the 90s. Like I feel like it was at one
Mhm.
time syndicated there or TBS. And I remember seeing it, but I remember only knowing of that Batman series because of the dun 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 dun, the Batman
Yeah.
song.
I think that's like the most iconic thing from that series.
I think other than the actual actors they had to play Batman's rogues and villains, I mean Vincent Price, Cesar Romero,
Oh yeah.
Burgess Meredith or whatever. Every chick that ever played Catwoman,
Oh yeah.
every chick, Eartha Kitt, and then like the other ones that played like all these like knockout women. They're like other crazy ones like what is it, Frank Gorshin or whatever, who was the Riddler if I recall. I might have said the wrong name, but no, like when I watched it, growing up, I thought it was ass. I even said that in Spin the Wheel. Like I thought it was terrible because I didn't really like the campiness of it. I thought it was really like degrading, especially due to the fact that I grew up, as a little kid in the '90s, watching animated series Convoy.
Oh yeah.
And seeing the Michael Keaton movies, even though like they had camp to it, it didn't feel like it was so downplayed. As well as even watching, Adam West and Burt Ward voice their characters in the Filmation shorts, as well as in the Super Friends cartoon. So like I liked that version of them in the Super Friends because it was made by like Hanna-Barbera. So I expect that kind of ludicrous, campy shit. But like I could not watch the old Batman series, but yet I could watch the original George Reeves like Superman and enjoy the fuck out of it. But give me Adam West as Batman, and I was like, boo this man, boo this man.
Man to hell.
And like I didn't actually start enjoying the series till I got like a lot older. Like when I actually started like respecting the guest actors that were his villains in a sense, that made me want to watch the show more. And like I liked Adam West for everything he did that wasn't Batman. So I would then eventually like come to enjoy the show.
Yeah, like the show is really in the mindset of like the Silver Age of comics, where
Yeah.
like things were like toned down.
Like it was too like kiddie. It was very
Yeah, like Cesar
ludicrous.
Romero was pretty much the Silver Age Joker to a T.
With his shitty ass like face paint going right over his mustache, even though you can see it through the face paint.
Yeah.
Like it's just so bad that like you can literally see right through. Like they didn't put it on. Like I was just sitting there like, man, he should have just shaved it off.
So why would he? He's the Joker.
Yeah, like it was weird because like it was really I think the supporting roles that kept making me want to watch it as I got older, because I was like always in love with their other roles in a sense.
Yeah, it was like crap, I forget the word, but it's like seeing an episode just for the sake of the villain.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's like the old westerns, like where westerns would have great stories and like awesome actors, but like the episodes were also sold by who they were playing off of, like as the guest actors, like the big time celebrities, like in Wagon Train. If they were like, oh yeah, we have Henry Hull or other big actors from that time and generation. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, oh yeah, we have them here, so it was like, oh shit, what up? Or like with
Yeah.
the Virginian, they would have like Robert Redford, Leslie Nielsen, Ricardo Montalban. Ricardo Montalban was like on every western I ever
Oh
fucking
yeah,
grew
there
up
were
watching.
like a lot of guests. I haven't seen the entire series,
But
but
like,
like there was a
yeah,
lot of guests that were
yeah.
cool to
I think
see as villains.
my favorite all time, like when I really gave Batman a real chance, was like when my dad like introduced me to the Green Hornet serial like shows, and he was like, "Yo, you got to go watch this episode of Batman that's coming on later." I'm like, "Dad, I hate Batman." He's like, "Just go watch." And then fucking the Green Hornet shows up, and I'm like,
Do you know
"Oh,
what?
fucking Bruce Lee!"
You know what? Actually, I also think helped the kind of like my understanding of the Adam West series was the Batman Brave and the Bold series, where
Yes,
it was like taking a lot of
Golden Age and Silver Age ethics.
yeah, yeah, like that mindset going into the series with its animation, and it was like, okay, I can see where he's going for with this, and it has a certain appeal to it. It has a
Yeah,
certain
and
charm to it.
you know what the funniest thing was, and if I recall this correctly, this was one of the funniest things that I remember hearing, and this was something that Adam West himself, I think, admitted many years later. And that's also one of the reasons why he portrayed the gray ghost character in that one episode of
The anime
the
series, yeah.
animated series. Was this is the reason why. I remember hearing the story because of the cast doing it was like a biopic of somebody, and they mentioned about how the guest actors like Romero and Gorshin or whatever, and Burgess Meredith, like everyone got along together, but there was one thing they always had an issue with, and it was supposedly with Adam West thinking that Batman shouldn't be as dark as he really was in the comics, even though in the Silver Age he wasn't that dark, but some of those elements were still present in his titles. And Adam West was like given like almost like Hulk Hogan like abilities like in WCW where he could like turn down and like because he was also a method and not a method but an actor who could also ad lib shit. He was like able to like just change lines and do whatever he wanted with scripts supposedly. That
Mm.
like there would be parts where he would tone down like some of the darker themes that were originally intended for the show, and he would try to make it playful so at least it still kept the rating so kids could watch. Like that was his mindset, was that this was supposed to be family entertainment because it's based on a comic book character. And then he said years later as he got older, he actually wanted to be given a chance to become the Dark Knight because like there was a time when they did like a I think it was for the PBS, What Makes Comics Great, where they had all these, DC and Marvel writers and artists talk about what made comics great throughout the last like 100 years, and they do this part on Adam West when he was like saying about. He's like, when I was doing the show, I never thought of doing it or whatever dark, and now like looking how Batman's revered as like this great dark anti-hero, kind of also great hero at the same time while being an anti-hero by either having humanity and losing it. He's like, I would want to play such a he said, as I got older, I would love to really wanted to be given a chance to play this more complicated version of the character everyone knew me for, but I think a lot of people didn't want to give me that chance because I was too akin to that one, so I was afraid that I would ruin childhoods or something like that. He mentioned something like he wanted a chance to. The best way I could understand it is he wanted a chance at redemption as the Dark Knight.
Mm, yeah.
He like from what I understand is he loved his time as Batman, but he wanted there to be one time where he could be the Dark Knight because there's literally like in this PBS special, which I think is still on Netflix. You literally hear him reading like panels of one of the darker Batman stories as him as like the narrator, also narrating Bruce's inner monologues, and I'm sitting here like, you know what? I think this could work because Adam West also has like Adam West's voice never really changed, but I feel like there's a bit of a depth of tone and age about his voice at
There's a
sometimes.
certain like maturity to it.
Yeah, like there's
like
like he like at times when he's doing his narrations, he actually like sounds like an old school radio like narrator when he did the narration when I saw him do it, but at the same time, it also felt quaint with also his mannerisms because like he kind of has like his own ways, like how Shatner has the Kirkisms, as they
oh
say.
yeah, yeah. Adam West has his Westisms.
Yeah, so it's like it's one of those. So it's like I kind of would have liked to have seen him get to be the Dark Knight one time outside of him doing like a monologue on a PBS fucking documentary.
I think we got his Dark Knight with the Grey Ghost from the animated series, though. I mean, the closest thing to it.
Yeah, I think that's the closest we ever actually will get to it, is the Grey Ghost, which
It's
is
also kind of
still,
like
one of the best
sad
episodes.
because it's like, yeah, it's one of the best episodes of the anime series. But it's like it's kind of sad because it's like a guy who's like living off the former glory he had.
Yeah, and that's also the harsh part about Adam West too, was like it really was surreal to him too, being that character, because that was like one of his biggest issues was after he was the Batman, he was kind of typecast as the Batman.
Yeah, the funny Silver Age Batman guy who had shark propellant.
Yeah. I mean, like, I know another thing is, like, we made the crack up earlier before we recorded this, was that, hey, with him passing, who's going to fill the role of mayor? Is there going to be a new mayor? And I said to you that if they really wanted to do something very honoring of, Adam West, as a joke, as well as being serious, make the new mayor, Burt Ward, Mayor Burt Ward. Like, Seth MacFarlane, I know it's so soon because he just, passed, and they probably at least recorded episodes of him doing stuff for, like, the next season or whatever. But I would love to see, like Mayor Burt Ward. I think that would be amazing because they could do
Yeah.
so much ludicrous shit with that. And I think that would be a great way to honor his friend. Because because I know, like, there was a time, I think Burt Ward even said him and Adam had, like, a falling out and they got back together as friends. But it's like, that would be like, or they never lost their friendship, I forget. I heard so many rumors over the years, but, like, I would love to just see that Mayor Burt Ward. I think that shit would be beautiful. I think it would be hilarious, and I think it would be glorious.
Yeah.
I mean, it probably won't be ever as good as Mayor West, but I think it would be amazing. I think it would be.
Yeah, I think that'd be pretty cool.
So, what else do you have to say? Is that all? Are we almost done?
I would ask maybe, like, where would you rank him?
As Batman's,
Yeah.
unfortunately, I would, like, when you do live action verse, I would put him low, unfortunately. Like one of the biggest things, one of my biggest complaints is George Clooney is a great Batman, but he was put in the wrong film.
Oh yeah, Batman.
Like George Clooney. When you think the name George Clooney and you've seen what he's done from that movie on, and at that time when he got cast as Bruce Wayne, he's fucking, like, when you look at him, you think and you say, this is like Bruce Wayne for, like, Batman and like near Batman Beyond, like, storyline material shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, George Clooney is like what should really be Batfleck. No offense, like, I love Batfleck, but he really could have been. I think that was George Clooney's role. You know what I'm saying? Like if you could switch at Ben Affleck and him, boom.
You know what's funny? Like, looking at Batman and Robin, it does feel like a Adam West
It is.
series like thing.
Because it was Joel Schumacher's idea or whatever it was.
Yeah.
But
that's another topic for another day about the Batman movie.
But, like, that's the thing is, like, I feel like Adam West is in a sense low, but, like, it's hard to say. Like, I feel like when you actually rank, like, how you think, like I said, I see Clooney as a guy that should be in a better Batman position, not in that film. But by the film wise, that puts Adam West higher than George Clooney. And I think technically Adam West, like, I like Val Kilmer as Batman, but he didn't really feel like a Batman to me. Like, every time I see Val Kilmer, like when I see Val Kilmer, it's because he didn't dye his hair jet black. Like, it was just a regular brunette. I felt like it was like an Oliver Queen, like, kind of looking guy.
I felt bad for Kilmer because I feel like the script that was initially there wasn't there in the film.
I feel like, yeah, but don't forget, the original script was intended for Keaton's portrayal of Bruce.
Yeah. Well, that's the only reason Keaton left was because Burton left.
Yeah, they moved Burton to executive producer in that. Like, I think really my favorite Batman so far on screens are still technically Keaton and actually Batfleck. Then technically it would be then it would be somewhere between then it would actually be somewhere between like Clooney, West, and Christian Bale, somewhere tied for third. And then
yeah,
like whichever
I think Keaton's probably my favorite Batman from live action wise.
I mean, animated voices, I actually think that O'Mara is just as good as Kevin Conroy. And I think like if I was to name it, it would go Conroy, O'Mara, Adam West as animated Batman, and then I want to say the guy from Beware the Batman, No, no, no. The Batman, then Beware the Batman, then Diedrich Bader's Batman is like my least favorite Batman.
Gotcha.
He's like there's probably other Batman voices out there, but I can't remember them right now. And
Yeah, there's like a lot to
but what's
choose
your
from.
rank so we can continue on with the rest of the show? Because I realized we went longer than we actually
Yeah.
said we were going to. I knew talking about Adam West was going to go long, but I didn't know it was going to go this long.
I'll just do live action because there's a lot of voice ones that. Probably my favorite voice one would probably be just Conroy.
Well, yeah, because he is the Dark Knight. I
am
Batman.
But number one, live action, Keaton. Then there's like a battle between like Affleck and then I guess West. Kilmer.
Oh yeah, honorable mention. Will Arnett. I put him in a special category as the best
Will
Batman,
Arnett.
but he is not the best. He is the best Batman, but he's not the best Batman. He's just like he's like when Adam West does crazy shit. Like he's like Mayor West level Batman.
Yeah, he's this insane Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think Adam West was good for his time and good for what they were going for. It may not be everyone's Batman. But I think the Batman that he gave everyone, that was supposed to be what was represented in that show, is good. You know, like you remember it, it's memorable. I mean,
Yeah,
you can't think about like Batman without somehow always going to the Adam West series for some reason. Like no one can ever do it if they're talking about like adaptations of Batman.
Oh no, I know exactly what you're talking about, and I just realized who some of the other Batmen were that I actually forgot about, like Peter Weller, Bruce Greenwood, like they did all like the Dark Knight movies, like the Justice League cinematic verse. Because remember Ben McKenzie, who plays Captain Gordon now, is in Gotham, was also Batman in Batman Year One.
Oh yeah, forgot.
Like I said, like the ones that stay more consistent with the new animated movies. Like I think Omara is one of my favorites too. But yeah, that's another story. But like, yeah, no, like I said, like I think he did the job like he needed to. Because like I mean, the fact that they kept Adam West to be the cartoon voice of Batman at times is kind of like crazy.
Yeah, but we'll never get Batman versus Godzilla, Wheelz.
We'll never get that, and hopefully we
never will.
Never will.
Never will. All right. Speaking of Godzilla.
Yep. This is all you, Mucha.
All right. So recently online, the Godzilla anime site released a third teaser visual for Godzilla Monster Planet, the new anime film that's coming out on Netflix, written by everyone's favorite writer, Gen Urobuchi, aka Kamen Rider Gaim's writer. And basically the visual is of, I guess, the silhouette of their Godzilla. And if you look at it, you can see that it kind of looks very similar to the Legendary Pictures Godzilla. The information that was given is very bare minimum, but what we were given is that this Godzilla is going to be bigger than Shin Godzilla, which was, 118 meters tall?
Yeah, it was like 116, 118.
And it's going to be 20,000 years older. So this is a Godzilla that's been around for 20,000 years, because that's where the plot kind of went. It's a long, complicated process of the humans go to space because Godzilla like takes over, and then they try to.
Well, it was
go
not
back.
just them, but it was the megafauna, which were the other kaiju.
Yeah, and then they go to like space, and then they try to come back. But instead of coming back in recent times, they go 20,000 years into the future, where Godzilla becomes like the ecosystem.
He's like the king
planet
of the ecosystem.
Yeah.
He's literally Kamen Rider Amazon Omega. Think of it as that for you Amazon fans out there.
Yeah, so basically that's why he's so ginormous and so powerful in the film, is that he is Earth in a sense. Like he kind of is the embodiment of Earth now. So, like, Wheelz, what did you think when you first saw like the silhouette of this anime Godzilla?
When I saw that anime Godzilla, it was like a really interesting, I guess, what would you say, what would the best way to say is the fact that he's more of I guess, akin to Legendary, like this design is literally like legendary to a goddamn like T. It's
Yeah.
like holy bleeping shit.
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of works, especially like with the idea that we don't know what the other like mega fauna are supposed to be in this film. Like the other kaiju, like are they going to be, actual big time known kaiju? Are they just gonna, show the fuck up and leave kind of thing? It's like what are these kaiju? Who are they?
You
Are they
know,
original ones like that are just being designed for this movie or whatnot? So I'm very interested. The fact that like they want Toho's new gimmick is let's make him bigger, like you said, like you
yeah.
literally said that in pre-production, pre-recording, like what if this is their gimmick? And I was like, oh god no.
You know what's kind of funny?
What?
Um, with all this talk about like Godzilla becoming the ecosystem, it's very reminiscent of like them trying to bring back Biolante.
I feel like it is a bit like Biolante, but I also feel like I want to say that it's more like what they kind of insinuate with how the kaiju eventually would be over
Mm.
time. Like if they're treated in a more realistic fashion, unlike how they kind of are with Toho's older canon, where it's like they kind of just like will settle down on islands and like not really bother humanity unless like Godzilla's like senses like some radiation he needs to go like suck the dick out of.
Yeah.
Like it's weird. Like Godzilla's like lore is kind of weird at times because like either Godzilla keeps coming back to Japan just to blow shit up, or he's just like fucking like hanging out in the ocean just hibernating.
What is this, Godzilla 2000? Maybe there's a little
Yeah, like
Godzilla in all of us. Why does he
it's
come to protect us?
yeah,
I
like
don't know.
it's one of those things where it's like because even don't forget like in the Ghidorah movie they're like, oh yeah, we just came back to stop him from existing because you technically find a way to weaponize Godzilla. Technically, anytime we try to bomb your country, he just shows up, and when he shows up, shit gets real. So it's like I I think this is going to be an interesting concept because there's never been a Godzilla anime. There's been
Yeah.
Godzilla mangas which retell certain movies. There's been
Comic books.
Godzilla comic books, Godzilla not light novels in America. There's been freaking Godzilla cartoons, but I've never really seen an anime. I would honestly think that a Godzilla anime wouldn't be so ludicrous as this, and they would try to still make it be like realistic. But then again,
Well,
anime.
this is going to be like I guess a mixture of like a CGI animation kind of deal because it's what Polygon or something.
Yeah, I don't know too much. I don't really know too much
Yeah.
at this time. Like I'm still trying to comprehend everything.
Yeah. The tagline also for the catchphrase in the teaser visual is called "Despair Evolves," indicating, I guess, well, Godzilla's evolution.
Well, the other thing that also is going on is the fact that like somehow this kid, I guess, was cryogenically frozen like when they go out in space because like I think he's also a survivor of a Godzilla attack,
Something like
like
that.
the one who's leading them to take back the Earth or some bullshit like that.
We just know that Godzilla's bigger, 20,000 years older, and more dominant than ever. Good
Yeah,
luck, humanity.
yeah, he's now the king of the planet.
King of the planet.
Dun,
Dun, dun,
dun,
dun,
dun,
dun.
dun, dun.
No, you have to get the one where he comes to shore. Dun, dun, dun,
Oh God, no!
dun, dun, dun,
Stop
dun.
this, you blasphemous monster!
Speaking of monsters and Kamen Rider news.
Oh God, now that is a monster. So supposedly we got a leak that the next Kamen Rider is called Kamen Rider Build. There's a silhouette for what his gimmick's going to be, supposedly his suit as well, and some other device in the show. And right now he literally looks like he's a ripoff of Cashin and Sins. And supposedly he's going to be using like some kind of weird capsule totem things. So it's really undefined. So if the silhouette is legit, he looks like he's ripping off a Tatsunoko character.
Oh my god.
So
I mean, Hurricane
yeah.
Polymer did come out. Yeah, there's not really much to say, really. I mean,
I know
guess.
some of the jokes are what's he gonna do? Like have construction vehicles and be another Metal Hero ripoff? Is he gonna build Toei a bank to have all their money when they get people to buy their Bandai toys? Or is he gonna build a canon to explain all the current Heisei era seasons again? Is he gonna build the foundation? Like I don't fucking know.
Like it looks like his colors may be like red and like bluish or like steelish kind of.
Yeah, no, I
Like
could agree with that. I could agree with that ideology. Like he's supposed to be like right now, the colors that they're hinting at could be like that, but you never know. This could be like a fake
yeah.
thing.
Yeah, and it looks like his gimmick may be like some sort of capsule or bottle thing going on.
Yeah, like everyone keeps saying capsule or bottle, and I don't understand. Is that like what it translates as? I'm not too sure.
I don't frickin', you know what I mean? I just work here.
I know, and so do I. And I still don't get it.
Apparently, according to someone on Ranger Board, the dreaded site that it is.
It's not really dreaded. It's not.
Shh. I mean, there are going to be 3 riders so far in the series called Build, Pain, and Roots. I'm assuming that's Kunta Kente.
I was about to say, is his name Toby?
Yeah, his name is Toby.
Oh God.
His tension device is called.
Plot twist. His name's Miles Morales.
Oh fuck me. This might be the last episode we make Miles Morales jokes, so enjoy them while you can. And the collectible gimmick is called the Material Bottles. That's according to Ranger Board.
So with these bottles, is he gonna summon Hoopa? Is he gonna summon the Pokemon Hoopa?
Maybe.
That would be interesting, actually. I'd buy that. Bring me Hoopa. Hoopa.
Bring me everything.
Actually, no, I don't know, man. It's kind of interesting.
I mean, you're too busy being concerned enjoying your X8, so.
Yeah, like right now, I want my X8 to keep going. I don't want this. I don't need this new rider. I just need goddamn X8 to keep me going.
Yeah.
That's all I really need. That's all I ever really wanted. Excite. Whoa. As I sit here talking to you while I'm looking up like how to buy like good shit on sale for podcast recording to make this show sound more legit and more lit.
Oh God.
Exactly, I know.
No one needs that.
No one can handle it. It's gonna be like in Gundam Thunderbolts when the idiot lit up his heat hawk in the middle of the fucking Amazon and caused a giant fucking forest fire. Crazy ass shit. But yeah, no, that like I don't know. Like I mean, you've seen the silhouette, right? Doesn't he look like Cashern?
A little bit, yeah. Yeah, like, a little bit.
Fuck? Why is Cashern here?
Maybe because he's like a sellout, like Kevin Durant.
Oh Jesus Christ! Like I don't know, man. I need to see more of what's going on to really get a grasp of it. Because like we're not going to get a scan until like SDCC. It's always usually like the week of SDCC, dude. Like the toy catalogs get leaked out, honestly. And like we promised to wrap up our show and most likely, try to capitalize this all within 8 to 10, maybe 8 to 18 minutes, wrap this up and be a nice hour show or less, is, we, like I said early on, we're celebrating technically the first year of Hero Club running up. And honestly, I knew we were going to make it to a year. People, in a sense, probably were like, oh, we didn't even think you would make it.
You're like LeBron from last year. Like, the people were saying now you're not going to win a championship with the Cavs, and then suddenly.
Yeah. It's like not many people knew what was going on, because don't forget there are some people who keep thinking that like we're a true real like split off a coup of Hero Taku when we're really not. We just wanted to rebrand and we took a name that we technically had made, I should say, for ourselves. That was a part within. It's weird, people. Like it's a weird understanding that people don't really understand, is that we came up with like a name, and then we took the name that we were intending to use for Hirotaku, and we used it for our group when we rebranded. Because I mean, Toku Anime News, it's not that catchy. It's not that great. It's not that cool. I mean, it was cool at the time when I first started podcasting and was doing it as a hobby. But when you want to try to make a profession out of your hobby, you need to have something that like catches people's eyes. So Hero Club, it sounded cool, it sounds easy, it's not the best of names. I know some people say it's still kind of lame and bland, but it's a better name than what we had, you know. So
Listen,
it's
what
like,
happens in Hero Club stays in Hero Club.
yeah, so it's like it's just it's one of those things. So it's like, I mean, we're good, we're cool, Hero Taku, Hero Club, we're all friends, family. But like we made it in 1 year, and I mean, like, we had people supporting us, whether it's be on morale, sharing our tweets, sharing our posts, helping us publish shit. I mean, that's why me and Mucha are hanging out. He was like, "Yo, Wheels, you can post your shit over on my podcast Facebook page. Share your news
Yeah.
there." So I
Yeah.
went and I did that. I mean, honestly, like, in the first year we started small. There was just me. There was just Projekt. There was just Visible Ninja. There was freaking X Ben 3000. You had Darkon, and you technically had GLE, and there was like only 7 of us. And for the first year, we did pretty good for like the first 6 months. Everyone was posting constantly, and then Darkon became the face that runs the place. Everyone can see Darkon posts very constantly. One is because he doesn't really have school or a job, in a sense. He's mostly at home doing stuff, so he's always around to do stuff online. And I'm usually doing shit medically, or I'm passed the fuck up out, and or I'm actually doing odd jobs. And, you know, then you have Ben, who works and was going to school. So I mean, like, Darkon holds the place up. You can see it. Like, he's made a lot of posts that either broke the site, or he's done follow-ups on stories I covered and broke the site further. Stuff like talking about Shin Godzilla products, Shin Godzilla promotions, Shin Godzilla the movie, Soul of Chogokin Go Lion, Soul of Chogokin Daijujin, Super Mini Pla. And then you had Ben's greatest post of all time, which was My Hero Academia Season 2 confirmed. So, I mean, we've done a lot of cool shit. We've covered a lot of great news, and we've promoted a lot of great products. And the one thing I gotta say is, like, the thanks to the guys. I mean, you have Darkon, who's, like I said, helped make sure we have news almost every freaking day. You have Ben, who has Cosplay Cafe, one of our cool and great editorials. That it's an original product by Ben that he's pretty much, in a sense, promoted also at Hirotaku originally. Then he brought it over to Hero Club to give some life into that after that. So he gave us the exclusivity to Cosplay Cafe, where he interviews several cosplayers out there and just, you know, talks about the love of cosplay and what got them into the whole, you know, the whole thing. I don't, a hobby gimmick. I don't know.
Yeah, I was called hobby.
And
or profession, maybe, I don't know.
yeah, so
I
like
don't know how
that's
to
one thing,
describe
and that's one thing that really brings a lot of attention to our site. You also have Eugene 42181 as one of our reviewers. Soundout 12 is one of our reviewers. You have Visible Ninja as one of our reviewers. I'm one of the reviewers. I'm the editor in chief, but I post news. I post toy catalogs. That technically counts as news, but I like keeping it its own separate entity. I do the podcasts, and then you got Mucha here, who's gonna bring him and his guys in full force, and they're gonna be helping us. The Toku Warriors are gonna be an affiliated group with us, as well as back with Hirotaku. You have the Geek Fighters, or AKA the Game Riffers. They're part of us. They came in like in the last 4 months, and honestly, I feel like they're gonna be great to start creating our gaming department, in a sense. I wouldn't say department, but at least create a presence of video games. Most of our video games are very heavy anime based, tokusatsu based, or very just popular in general. If they have like a franchise that connects to like the hero gimmicks of like Pokemon, Digimon, Star Wars, you know, Super Sentai, Power Rangers, Dragon Ball Z. If it's a game that features something that we talk about prevalently, that's there. But these guys are going to be bringing more about other games, whether it be games that are like God of War, Assassin's Creed. They'll be doing more about stuff like that. Fighting games, you know, Street Fighter, Guilty Gear, Persona, stuff like that. And it's one thing that I gotta say we've accumulated. We also have, I forgot to say, Zeltrax Millennium. Honestly, every time he does an editorial, it's always great work. It's always a pain in my ass because I'm the one who's his like dedicated editor, and I'm the one who always has to edit his stuff. But he always writes an amazing thing. Yes, he does need help with his grammar and editing, and I can't fault him for it. That's the way his school taught him, and that's not my problem. That's his school's problem. So you know what I'm saying? Like I don't care if his grammar is wrong. If I think that when I'm done editing it and just changing up, you know, a couple of comma placements, or just a couple of like changing pronouns and adverbs to make the sentence flow more, I guess,
Fluidly.
collegiate, fluidly and collegiate or whatever. is normally what, in a sense, if I already feel good about what he wrote before I go in there and do the master edit and paste, that's great on me. And I've always felt like that when I do all of his work. He always apologizes for when I have to spend like 2 hours editing it. He shouldn't feel sorry. He's a really good writer. You just gotta like be there to help guide him, and he's great. And I enjoy all the stuff he's done for us. I'm trying to remember if I've missed any names. Oh yeah, Demon Wolf. Demon Wolf is a friend of ours. You've heard him on Ninja Talks Live. He's done quite a bit of stuff for us when it comes to editing. He's not really written on our blog or website, but he's in a sense helped me done some minor editing. And like I say, with the original members of Tan and Hirotaku that came together like to help me and Projekt do this, or I should say Projekt, me and Ben and Sound Out, it's great. And without them, we wouldn't be here today. I mean, even Mucha was kind of like saying to me, man, like, oh yeah, I want to help you, but I'm like, I don't also want to turn my back on Hirotaku, and we don't plan to. We don't.
Yeah.
We plan to turn this 1 year into multiple years and work together with Hirotaku. I'm willing to work together with Henshin Justice. I mean, we friends with Keith even after the bleaching accident.
Even after, yep.
Yeah, even after the
The
bleaching
ultimate
accident.
inside joke that no one will know.
No one will ever understand the bleaching accident, except for Miles Morales.
Yeah. R.I.P. Wells. R.I.P. Like your comic book series.
The thing is like I said, 1 year strong. You got to thank them all.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish Projekt was here to blow more smoke up everyone's ass to make them feel good about themselves, make us feel good about ourselves.
You know he wouldn't. He would.
No, he would. He would. He's good at that, like, you know, charismatic, getting people pumped kind of shit. That's the one thing that's great about when me and him are together. We pump this stuff up. I mean, there's stuff I want to tell people listening about what we plan to do in the upcoming year, but that feels like I'm spoiling everything. And if we don't deliver by the date or the time frame that I intended to be in, I feel like I'm letting you guys down. So just have it be known and said that surprises are coming. They're coming. We have plans. There's going to be other podcasts. We plan to have podcasts. We plan to have them on iTunes. We plan to try to do different programs and shows, as well as we intend to, I guess, bump up our productivity in the near future. I would say after summer or something, we hope to have it that everyone, in a sense, can be contributing more often, and we can do more stuff, and maybe open up the doors to bring in new upcoming, you know, internet famed people, you know, hobbyists and other stuff that want to either be a part of Hero Club or just want to have us be an outlet for them to go to their next level of what they intend to be for themselves. You know, that's what we intend to be. That's what we intend to strive for. We strive for, one, to protect our own, and always to help people rise above the storm, I guess. I think.
Rising up, back on the street.
Took my time, took my chances.
My chances.
But yeah,
the
no,
karaoke
I mean,
episode's coming soon, folks.
yeah, there might be a karaoke for Los Ingobernables, but like I said, you know, it's funny. I mean, 1 year ago we were just basic WordPress
Basic
site.
bitches.
Yeah, we were already established guys from podcasts, YouTube, other websites, and we brought our stuff together. We did pretty good. We made a name for ourselves, even though it kind of looks dirty in the light of the public because they don't understand the real backstory of us just, you know, wanting to rebrand Tan because it didn't have a good name. And I mean, it literally says that in our About Us. We used to be called Tan. You can go look at the blogger. There's a blogger out there. There is.
Oh my God, ancient times we're talking
Ancient
about now.
times,
We
yeah. But like I said, no, we're doing good. You got to thank Darkon. You got to thank Ben. You got to thank Visible Ninja. You got to thank Eugene 421. And I mean, we have a few other guests coming in the near future outside of, like I said, the more recent additions with Joker here, his Toku Warriors, the Geek Fighters, the Game Riffers, as well as Zeltrax Millennium. Like, we have a few other assets that have joined us, and, you know, I can't wait to see what's going on, especially due to the fact that we also will be doing, like I say, hopefully some projects with CS Toys in the future too. That's one thing that is a surprise that can be revealed now because, I mean, if you go to the CS Toys chat, Mr. S is talking about how I work on the blog. He's also talking about like how Hero Club, we always got his back, he got our back, and we hope to do some project with him in the future. Anyways, though, like
and then talk about DMX.
Yes, talking about the yes, that's another inside joke. You just got to go watch the chat history from a few episodes ago for the alternatives. But like I say, we have projects planned. Not project is a plan, but we'll get there is a plan to go rescue Project from hell. but we have projects planned to, you know, advance the site, to bring people more entertainment, more news, more I guess diversity on the site, as well as, like I say, we're gonna be looking to, you know, strengthen our bonds and bridges across, you know, the internet with other websites, other groups, and I hope people look forward to it. Nevertheless, Joker, you got anything to say about Hero Club, and then your shameless plugs?
I'll just say this. I was mildly surprised that Wheelz like invited me. Like, Wheelz and I are good friends, but like I didn't want to be like involved with like his thing because it's his thing. I didn't want to be like that nosy person. But if he was ever to talk about it with me, I'd be always open to hear about it because I just like to hear people's ideas and see if I can help in any way, shape, or form I can. And I was really I guess
shocked that we were already sitting here like going, oh yeah, we're bringing a Mucha, but he can't know just yet. And then we're like, oh yeah, we're bringing you in.
I was pleasantly shocked and appreciative that he was giving me the opportunity to be part of this podcast, because really I haven't podcasted in like years, so I wasn't sure if I would still feel like that initial drive I had, but like doing this has been a real pleasure to do, and it's really making me want to do it again, despite like the limited time I do have with my life. But yeah, I just appreciate the opportunity just to help in any way, shape, or form I can for Hero Club and Hero Taku, and hopefully my friends are the same way, because I know Alex is appreciative.
Oh yeah, Alex is like I love that guy. He's like awesome. He's good people. He is a good individual. Like I would just love to see him outside of his own blog writing his posts. Like I would love to see what he could bring to the table, because like the fact that, you know, he's seen so much Toku, just more than even I have seen technically in some degree when it comes to the Toei products or Toei brands, that it's like I would love to see him like hit like some editorials out of park. I just want to read his shit, because like he like me and him don't agree on everything, but like he just has such a different view on things that even I can find common ground on. So like people have already heard him on our show. He's been a repetitive guest. He's like one of the only consecutive guests ever on the show, which is astonishing. But nah, like we're almost hitting that hour mark, which is a nice time to start wrapping up and stuff. So like I said, Mucha, shameless plugs and that.
Final shameless plug. You can follow me at Janitor Joker on Twitter. You can follow Alex at Sentai Bandicoot on Twitter as well. He's a very interesting guy to follow. You can follow my podcast, Toku Warriors, on Facebook at Toku Warriors, and on Facebook called Toku Warriors as well, and on the YouTubes if you can find it. And eventually that will come back, and I will even maybe upload some episodes from the Hero Club YouTube page as well.
Alright, I am Wheelchair21. You know, you can find me at most social media, I guess, like Facebook and Twitter, as well as YouTube at Wheelchair21. Instagram is TaJa_Doyle. For Hero Club, all you gotta do is look at Hero Club for Life, and you'll most likely find us all over the place, you know, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. However, don't forget that the site might not be up right away as soon as this episode does come out, but we will get it back up with the same domain, hero-club.com, and we will see you hopefully next week with episode 17. Hey, it's Wheelchair21, and thanks again for listening to an all-new episode of Los Ingobernables de Tokusatsu. If you want to hear more content or see more content from the Hero Club YouTube channel, we're going to need you to subscribe, like, comment with some feedback, and share this channel with a friend. We also would like you to check out our website, hero-club.com, and follow us on various social media outlets just by looking up Hero Club for Life. as well as the stores you see are where we shop. Anyways, thanks again, and we'll see you all next time.